Hello everyone. So I'm going to finally do my top for my sequin bikini bottoms. Yes, I know it's been taking me forever, but that is life, right? So this is gonna be part of the top. I'm gonna use this. I thought I was gonna have to use this as a pattern. I'm actually gonna use this, and as you can tell from the box, I've had this for a minute. It's kind of discolored. Yes, sew in bikini bra. It's gonna be like a bit of what's the word? It's like a pattern. I'm gonna sew the fabric on top of here, and then I'm gonna sew the fabric on the bottom here, and then I'm gonna put the elastic stuff here on the bottom, and then use this for the string. Yeah, so we're gonna get started on it because I just feel like if I don't start it now, I'm just probably never really gonna start it. I just am kind of that way. It's like either I start it and I get like super obsessed with it, or I just don't at all. It's very hard for me. Because it's hard for me to start doing this, because I know once I start doing it, you know, it's always gonna be in the back of my head, like, have you finished it yet? Have you finished it yet? Remember, you gotta do that. I have other, you know, important things I need to do in my life besides, you know, make bikinis. So, you know, as much as I love to do this, you know what I mean? But yes, I'll show you what I'm going to use so that you can to do this. And I don't even really think it's that hard. I think it's more just like a little bit of money and more time than anything, but maybe it won't even take that much time. I will include how much time it's truly taking me, because I think, you know, anyone can do anything, really. It's just a matter of like how much effort you give into it. So here we go. All right, so I just want to go over a little bit more of the products. So this is the first one. It's the sew-in bikini bra. And the line down there in the middle, that is the dart. Here is the elastic. And there is a small 1/8 one. And then there is the inch. And we're going to use the small one for the string, like this. And then the big one will wrap around the edges here, like we did for this. And of course, like this, we're going to use the right sides together for the sequin fabric and for the lining. And so the first step will be to sew the sequin fabric that I have right here, the sequin fabric, onto this part here, the top. And then the second part would be to put the lining on there. So once I get those sewn on, I will then include things like the dart, the lining, and then, you know, this thing, I will probably take this off here, like so. I do question like what I'm gonna do with this part right here. I'm thinking, yeah, I might just like cut it and then put a little tiny strip of, you know, fabric right there, you know, when I line it, and then I will include my own string. Sorry about that. But yeah, that is what I think I'm gonna do. So we are going to get started with step 1. All right. Thank you for watching. Now, here is me working on step 1. And yes, I pinned this fabric on so it won't move around, because this fabric really likes to move around. And I did one side and the other to basically save the fabric. And yes, this fabric really does like to get all over the place when you cut sequins, so make sure you do some cleaning up. And then I'm going to show you what they both look like afterwards. All right, so I've cut out the front facing fabric and this is what it looks like. It does look rather wonky, so it doesn't really matter, because what I'm going to do is line it anyways with the black. And that is going to cover up a lot of these raw edges here. I ran into a problem, of course, like I always do when I sew. I sewed this side of the sequin was different than this side, and I had to go back and fix it because this side was like, and I had to like fix it, and it's okay. And then here is the back side. So I'm gonna keep these safety pins in. A little bit of food for thought is I might sew this side on first and then sew the other side on second and then do the lining. And this may be the most exhausting step, but it is very crucial to do, and accuracy and just getting it to stay on there is very important. And this is where I think I might cut it, actually, because it's going to be hard to sew the lining around both of these, and that's where I'm just going to put like a little bit of fabric just in between them both at a later time. And I know it might be hard to do, but it might not be. But yeah, it wasn't that hard to sew this onto here. I just had to leave a little bit of space open. Same with this at the bottom here. Leave a little bit of space open there as I'm wrapping it. And it looks like there is actually 3 at every corner. That's why this one is harder, because there has to be one there for the string at the top, and then one here. So at every corner. So when I do the lining, I have to be very careful as well. And then when I do the lining on the inside, the bikini. So each step's going to be pretty thought out, but like they say, the hardest part is cutting out the fabric, just actually getting it done, because oh boy, it sounds like so much, and then you actually do it and yeah, it's not that much. Just takes a little bit of time and effort. And yep, here we go. So I am going to sew this part on so then we can sew the other part on, which would be this lining here, and then we're gonna do the black lining. And I'm figuring this out as I go. I am figuring this out as I go. This is different than how I did the other bottoms, because this is like, there needs to be this you know, this padding here and all this and whatever, this shape, because it's a bikini top is a little bit different. So yeah, let's go. All right, guys, I got good news. And guess what? I'm done with this, and she is on there. She is on there. She ain't coming off. Look at that. That is beautiful. And I'm ready to take these safety pins off. I did that stitching. If you can see that stitching on there, I hand sewed it. Didn't even take that much time. It took about 15 minutes to sew this onto this. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to do lining. Nah, I'm not going to do lining, because you know why? Sewing just takes so much time, or at least it does in my mind. At least it does in my mind. This took 15 minutes. So this side on this side by hand. And I'm taking the safety pins off to show you that it is real. And you can see the little stitches in there if you don't believe me, if you think I'm lying. Oh, because Camille's a liar. Camille ain't lying. Camille sewed this. I did. I sewed this with my own hands. I do like sewing. I do. It's just, you know, it's like, hey, I could be out right now, like partying or at the club, or, you know, like doing something super lucrative or whatever, right? But here I am, just making videos and being an artist, being hella fucking weird and talking to myself, because this is what I really like doing, guys. This is what I really like doing. So here we go. Here we go. Look at that stitching right there. Ooh. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna cut the edges. Just like, you see how there's like these little extra edges here. I'm just gonna cut those off, so when I do the lining, it's just like I can fold it over. Ooh, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. And I'm gonna leave little holes so I can do, you know, do the thing right there. Oh, that's already looking right there, right there. Like, when I do it, you know, I can wrap around and all that crap, and then we'll have it. Shit, we might even have it done today. That'd be crazy. That'd be awesome. I didn't think I'd finish it in one day. I really thought this would take months, because the other thing took me months. Actually, the lining. The lining kind of sucks. This lining here, this is hard to sew through a lot of layers. That's why I'm thinking I don't want to do the lining on here, because yeah, the more layers you sew through, the harder it is to sew by hand on machine. You know, I like to sew by hand. You know, if you're just like someone who likes to just sit there and watch videos or listen to music and soak it in, you know, instead of just like eating food or something like that, you can just like sew, you know. Or if someone's talking to you, they're like the kind of person who likes to vent or something like that, you can just put them on speakerphone and you can just sew. It's just something nice to do, you know. But it's to start the initial project, you know. And I'm like a person who likes to start like things like they never have done before, or, you know, like to increase the level of the projects that they do. Like, I've never tried sewing like a bikini before or anything like that, and like this stuff. So yeah. All right, thank you. All right, and I'll show you how it goes. And yeah, here is both of these. cut out, like I said. Cut around the edges, and that is step 1 and 2. And now we're going to step 3, which is, I believe we are going to put the connecting string for these corners here. And last step will be including the piping or the lining here. All right. All right, so I finally have step 2 done. And oh my God, do I love this. Now, it's definitely like a lovely mermaid scale moment. I love this fabric. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. And thanks to that sewn bikini top. But this is so cute. This is definitely one of my favorite things I've ever made, is the sequin bikini. And with the bottoms, oh, now I am going to, where'd my bottoms go? Interesting. Ah, here they are. Now, for my last video, I'm going to do a part 2 where I sew the piping, like this black outer stitching on here. I'm going to do that for my final video, but let me know if you think like this is fine on its own. This is pretty cute, I think. Doesn't need the piping. But, you know, I think I like to do that extra detail. I'm a very detailed person, and I like things to match each other. That's another thing I really like. But, yeah, I will show you guys. So, let me know if I should stop or if I should add the piping. Either way, I'm probably gonna add the piping, but just let me know. All right, thank you. All right, bye.